Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Idle Angels video. And today is Friday. We have a new angel, we have new events. So I would really like to talk about everything. And I would like to specify what is happening with Gacha Machine and why, in my opinion, Gacha Machine is the biggest scam of an event that we have right now. But before we get into that, we are going to typically start with the new angel, which is in the creator's Befall, Artemis. In order to get Artemis, you will need to go to the Beach Fest, and on the Beach Fest, when you log in once during this event, you will be able to claim Artemis for free. Now, is Artemis good, bad, and what type of an angel she is? So Artemis, in my opinion, she is a support with the chance to deal a nice amount of damage, but not good enough damage in order to be clearing out PvE stages on her own. Of course, you can see that on her incarnation level, she could stack up to 1800% holy damage, which is very nice. But still, in my opinion, it does seem like Artemis is not going to be a solo DPS. She will be more used as a secondary DPS to a lineup, or maybe in Havoc she will be able to clear out some stages as a alone DPS. But more importantly, it's her MR, not her incarnation powers. And why is that? Because basically on her MR skills, with the UR plus, there's a passive that it's called the Lunar Phantom, which what gives you is that your DPS won't be able to be targeted by single target spells, which means that the curses that you get on the PvE stages after stage 90, I think it was, or stage 80 on the main dungeon, there are some curses or like Athena passive, which will execute your DPS or an angel that is low HP. So that makes it very hard in order to save your DPS. But with Artemis, it will be way easier to do. And that's why MR5 Artemis will be very useful in those certain situations. Why MR5? Basically, MR5 will allow Artemis to activate that passive from subs. So what you will want to do is build MR5 Artemis, put her on the subs, and every single time you face a stage that will have the execute power up or those annoying marks and debuffs that are single target, your main DPS, which is the highest attack angel on the battlefield, which every single curse usually states that they focus and target the highest attack angel, like Uriel, ER passive. I think Artemis MR5 on subs will be saving that trouble, and it will be very nice. Now, if you are way too early into the stages of the game, you don't bother with Artemis MR5. There are other angels that are better, and in my opinion, building Hela before Artemis is still a must. So Artemis will probably be coming at the probably 8th or way later stages of the supports lineup. As I mentioned, this is something you will want once you reach the stages like 90 and above, where those annoying curses, debuffs, marks, those defects are just annoying to deal with. For instance, if you are just starting the game and this is the first angel that you get, do use her, max her out in terms of holy cores, leveling, all of the things that you can do from over here in gear, but don't spend your blues onto the Artemis unless you are quite developed into the game, because in my opinion, as I said earlier, Artemis will just take time in order to be beneficial for your team. It's not the angel that will make your lineup so broken early on that you will be beating everyone in PvP or pushing a lot of PvE stages. Now, with that being said, on to the creator Befall, the Sanctum. Just try to complete as much as possible from the Sanctum in order to get 10 blue scrolls. after which we have the MR possibility to summon. If you are in regards summoning for the ARTEMIS, make sure that you claim all of the blue scrolls from the luck rebates, and I do use those 10 scrolls that we get 30 scrolls that we get for free for her incarnation power in order to get 10 blue scrolls. On the summoning pack, make sure to buy the 5 blues for €1 if you are spending money, because this is the best deal you will be getting into the game. The Divinity Trial is an event in which you fight Artemis, and the more you push, the better rewards you will get. Your goal is to push at least stage 4, and that way you get 5 blue scrolls with additional relics, but the stage 100 is the maximum. Sometimes I manage to push to stage 100, sometimes I don't, but try to push it yourselves. And on the Divinity pack, it will be if you are summoning for her incarnation powers, you can get some of the blue scrolls back and a SSR plus relic chest. Lastly, you can claim the angel, and then you can use to link it with your highest upgraded angel, and then do some friendly battles to see how well Artemis does for PvP. Sadly, you can only test her on PvP. I will do my best to upload the video tomorrow or on Sunday on how to build Artemis, just so we have cleared that into the future. Now let's go into the Gacha Machine. Why Gacha Machine is the biggest scam at the moment when it comes to events. So Gacha Machine was an amazing event during the UR and UR Plus era. Why? Because this was the cheapest and easiest way to get UR and UR Plus shards. Right now we have the weekend sale event that comes from time to time, and on weekend sale event, for every 10 summons you receive 2 additional shards. So in short, you are getting a lot more shards and a lot cheaper you are building angels compared to the Gacha Machine, which is a 50-50 chance. When you summon, you see that it costs way less, like 100 pulls, but you don't know if you are going to get the angel that you want on the center or some of the subs of the angels. So that's why Gacha Machine is very tricky to do. Another thing is that if you do Gacha Machine, the return of blue scrolls is only the 30 blue scrolls that you can get from the feather event. And if you are summoning during the weekend sale event, a weekend sale event has the same rebates as Wish Pool. So you can see if you are summoning for 300 red scrolls, that will give you 45 blue scrolls. And if we go back to the feathers, feathers are giving us 30 blue scrolls. So in short, Gacha Machine is really bad in terms of summoning for either the UR Plus or the SSR Plus. Now, the only time the SSR Plus is better to summon for is once you have all of those SSR Plus be full star, so you cannot choose anything over here on the SSR Plus. That way you are starting to get those 30 blue scrolls for every 100 summons. At this point, that would mean that for 300 summons, you are getting 90 blue scrolls, right? 300 summons, you get 90 blue scrolls. And then on top of that, you will be getting the additional blue scrolls over here from the feather event. If we go back to the wish pool, 300 summons are giving us 45 blue scrolls. So in short, once you max out every SSR plus angel, Gacha Machine is good to do for the SSR plus rarity. If you don't have every single SSR plus angel maxed out, it's better to save the red scrolls and summon during the weekly sales event, in which you will be receiving 2 more shards for every 10 summons and a lot more blue scrolls compared to the Gacha Machine. And the UR plus, it's just that the weekend sale event will provide you more availability to summon for higher amounts of shards compared to the blue scrolls that you spend. So I do believe that hopefully this explains why Gacha Machine is not good anymore, and only the SSR Plus seems like a good idea. Of course, if you are really in need for the blue scrolls during the week that you want to summon, it's okay to do the red scroll summons in order to get blue scrolls from the feather event. But overall, the best way to progress your account will be to do the weekend sale events. And keep in mind that during anniversary, we expect to have that two shards per 10 summons for the SSR plus, UR and UR plus. So if we get that, then definitely saving all your resources for the anniversary event will be way better. Now, when it comes to the wish pool, during the wish pool that we currently have, we have Storm Dragon, Sim, Change, and Jean. In short, Storm Dragon doesn't have Incarnation power yet, so we don't know how strong she might be. So she is definitely a complete skip unless you really like her. It's expected that she might be a DPS or semi DPS, but once again, we don't have the Incarnation power, so we don't know yet. Change is a glass cannon DPS, but way too expensive to build or bother with, so just don't mind it and don't bother with Change at all. When it comes to Sim, early stages of the game, you will want Incarnation level 3 of the Sim and then push it to Incarnation level 5. And also on the higher ends of the PvE stages, you will definitely want to get the MR1 as well for Sim. But that will come up way later. This is like once you already have the 12 supports gathered and semi-build, so you start upgrading them more and more. When it comes to Jean, Jean is an amazing support that provides death evasion like Sim does with her Incarnation power, and you will definitely want Jean as Incarnation level 1 MR1. Later on, build her to Incarnation level 3 and MR5 and leave it at that. But once again, she is on wish pool at the moment, so I do not suggest summoning on the wish pool because anniversary event is coming up soon. Right now it's Feathers event, so you won't be getting that many blue scrolls back. And on top of that, during anniversary, we will get some of those coupons for the wish pool event, which is very nice, and it will save you blue scrolls. So in short, there are options to build right now during this week. Jean, ER3, MR5 at most, and Sim at Incarnation level 5, MR5, but the Incarnation level 3 is the minimum that you want. But keep in mind that I do not suggest summoning during wish pool during this week, primarily because anniversary events are coming up. With Incarnation Reborn, it's a bit different because Incarnation Reborn, we have the option to pick Icarus, Hela, or Prometheus for free. My first suggestion is to go with Hela. If you already own Hela, then Icarus or Prometheus, depending on the fate that you need for different angels. Now, should you build Hela during this Incarnation Reborn? In my opinion, if you are going for the Incarnation power, since you have MR5 Hela, or you already have built UR plus Hela and what is left to build is the MR stages of Hela, then please do summon during this Incarnation Reborn. Why is that? Because on wish pool events, the rebates are worse than Incarnation Reborn, and anniversary rebates are the wish pool ones. So by summoning Hela right now, you will be getting more blue scrolls back. At least that's how it has been during the past anniversary events. But keep in mind, this is only if you are going for rarities of MR or Incarnation power. The UR and UR plus is always better to build either during weekend sale events or anniversary while we have the 2 shards per 10 summons. Make sure to do the Creator Sanctum as well. And actually, I forgot to mention that Lucifer is an amazing, very good DPS in my opinion. I do have been using Lucifer since the start, and I have been pushing PvE quite a lot. Do I suggest building Lucifer? Not really, because you will struggle a lot during every single PvP event. But if you do not care about PvP, then Lucifer is one of the coolest angel to enjoy for PvE, even though it makes it a bit harder because of her Devour. You need to think a bit more when it comes to the lineup, but she is good and nice to use as a PvE angel. When it comes to Prometheus, again, a very expensive DPS to build and a glass cannon of a DPS, but it's expensive because you need to build the UR and UR plus separately. And when it comes to Icarus, even more expensive DPS to build because you will need to build the SSR plus stages as well. She was very good in the beginning of the game, but sadly falling off, especially since those MR angels have been coming out. But if you do have Icarus, she is still useful, you can still use her. She does a nice AoE damage. For Havoc, I assume that Icarus is doing well as well. So overall, this will be it for the what to build during the Incarnation Reborn event. Make sure to claim all the blue scrolls that you have been getting depending on how much you summon for. Over here, the 5 blue scrolls for €1, very nice to grab, and blue scrolls always depending on how many stars you have. Training speed up and the divinity pack is just some nice rewards that you will claim depending on how much you have pushed an angel rarities for. Time Space Havoc is ending. Try to push as much as you can. I have one DPS, that is Lucifer, everything else is support, and I have managed to push to stage 570, as you can see, and I'm not taking Havoc that seriously. I didn't really try Havoc for 10 or 15 days, if not more. When it comes to the anniversary preview, just make sure to do the 500 out of 500 coins. What I mean is that every single hour you will be getting those coins, and if you cannot reach enough, use the diamond purchases or the quick combat scrolls in order to get to 500 out of 500 coins. Weekend Bliss, some nice amount of diamonds that you can get for free. And when it comes to the Beach Fest, this is an event that very rarely occurs, but it's sadly a pay-to-win event. How it works is that the souvenir card is nice to grab because it gives you 3 blues per €1 spent. Then you will have this over here, cocktails, and you will be able to choose nice rewards. In my opinion, the Forging Fire with blue scrolls and Eudaimons are the good stuff to pick as rewards. Of course, Forging Fire will come way later on, but it's not a bad thing to pick up. And what you do is you spend 10 of those cocktails to draw, and you need to do it 100 times in order to get a grand prize, which we will have only 70, so probably you won't be able to grab the grand prize, sadly. It says there's 1% chance to get it, but I don't know if that's even possible. Depending on how many of those shells you get, if you are spending money, of course, I do suggest that the superior blue scrolls are the best thing to grab. There are 20 blue scrolls, but I don't think we will be able to grab that as a free-to-play players. Then the beach gift packs, this is usually where you could be buying those cocktails. As you can see, it's quite expensive to get them for some reason, but of course there's a package for 10 for €1 only once. What I suggest to do is that you can buy 3 times the 5 blues for €1 or 15 blue scrolls for €3, which is very nice. On the summon celebration, as I said, the feathers event, what you want to do is get diamonds on the first row, second row doesn't matter, third row I am always getting the 5-star angel credits. Then we do blue scrolls, and at this point you are left with building up tier 3, tier 4 or tier 5 magic stone chest, depending on what you need for your characters, or your MR or DP, or if your DPS doesn't have an SSR plus relic upgraded to UR plus, then you can grab some of those relic chests as well. After that, we move to the bakery. Bakery, keep in mind every 12 hours you will need to log in to claim your energy. And how does bakery event works? As you can see, you start with those 2 milks. So you are going to be dragging it once. Doesn't matter to which side or what you are going to choose to do. Just drag it somewhere. And then it will either spawn a cheese or a milk. If you get the milk, you need to move once more on the board. If you get the cheese, you need to click the time for eggs. So since I got milk, I'm just going to push once and I will get cheese on the second one. So this is kind of annoying because right now I cannot move to the times 4 stages. So now I need to move once more, and now I have 2 cheeses and 2 times milk. I need to move again, and then one last time. Now at this point I'm going to move to times 4. Why is that important to move to times 4? Because as you can see, from times 4 it's going to spawn the stage 3 wheat blocks, and your goal is to always be on times 4. But if you have a milk or a cheese on the board with times 4, you will never be able to clear it out because you will always be spawning stage 3 and above, so you cannot combine them. After that, it's pretty much a smash onto one of the corners, and you will be able to pretty much reach the 100,000 points, which is the latest, the highest reward you can get. But in order to do that, you need to log in every single 12 hours or once every 12 hours in order to claim the energy, so you can reach the highest points possible for the event. If something happens, make sure to sort or eliminate blocks in order to fix your board, and don't reset. Do your best not to reset the board, because resetting the board won't really help you out in reaching the highest points possible. Then we have the popular event. On the popular event, this time we have the special shop. Now with the special shop, I always suggest to buy the red scrolls and the SSR plus relic scroll. Like, those two are the must buy things in your shop always. After that, I prioritize the holy cores, because you will want all of your angels to be level 400, because this gives them the highest stats and allows you to get the maximum speed of the angel possible. And then if you want, you can buy the SSR relic chest, because 10 of those will be exchanged for a SSR plus relic chest during an ocean party event. I will show in a bit. So in short, this is what I always buy. If you don't have the orange attire of all of your angels, you could spend diamonds for it. It's fine to do, but the 24-hour essence enhancement is very nice to grab if your angels haven't been maxed on the gear enhancement. Everything else, it's whatever to grab. In my opinion, it's better to save the diamonds than spending the diamonds for those rewards. But if you feel like it, then feel free to do so. If you just want to max out everything for every single angel, then you will have to use the diamonds and buy all of these at some point in order to get all of the angels maxed out. Everything else is just depending on how much money you spend, you will be getting different rewards. Limited summon, it's a free blue scroll to grab. And then Lucky Valley, you always buy the top row of the shop, and then you claim as many of those lucky coins as possible. Once you reach 550 lucky coins, this is when you will be starting to spin the wheel in order to receive 20 blue scrolls. And once you get the 550 last 5 blue scrolls, this is where you stop rolling for the event and you start saving up once again for another 550 of those lucky coins. As I said, on Ocean Party, on Redeem, you can see I can get SSR plus relic chest for an SSR 10 chests. So during exchange, I am managing to get a free SSR, not free, but with diamonds SSR plus relic chest. Overall, this is going to be it for the weekly events. A bit longer video, but of course, we had a lot of topics to cover. If you have any questions, do not hesitate, put them down in the comments or join the Discord channel. It turns out that around 35% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you guys feel like it, it will be very, very nice, and I will be very grateful if you can click that subscribe button. I'm doing my best in order to give you the best information possible on how we feel about certain angels and to help you out not to make the mistakes that I have done or possibly can be done in the game in order to have a better experience with the game. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.